Inserting new columns. So you've got your data table looking nice, and then you realize you forgot to include something. Maybe you need a new column right in the middle of your table. Adding one at the end is easy since you just start typing in the next empty column. But squeezing one into the middle, that takes a slightly different approach. Here's method one. Click on the column letter where you want the new column to appear. When you do this, the entire column gets highlighted. Now right-click anywhere on that highlighted column and you'll see a menu pop up. Look for the option that says Insert and click it. A brand new empty column appears right to the left of where you click. Your existing data slides over to make room. Method 2 uses the ribbon at the top of Excel. Select your column first, then go to the Home tab. Look for a group of buttons called Cells. Inside that group, there's a drop-down labeled Insert. Click it, and you'll see an option called Insert Sheet Columns. Click that, and boom, new column to the left. Now here's the real secret that experienced Excel users rely on. Forget the menus and use your keyboard. Select the column where you want to insert, then press Ctrl, Shift, and the plus key all at the same time. A new column instantly appears. Want to add several columns quickly? Just keep pressing that plus key while holding Ctrl and Shift. You can add 5, 10, or 20 columns in just a few seconds. This shortcut alone will save you so much time. Inserting new rows. Everything I just told you about columns works exactly the same way for rows. Right-click on a row number and choose Insert to add a new row above it. Or go to Home, find the Insert drop-down, and select Insert Sheet Rows. But again, the keyboard shortcut is the fastest approach. Click on a row number to select the whole row, then press Ctrl, Shift, and plus. New row appears above. Keep tapping that plus key to add more rows rapidly. Once you get used to this shortcut, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Getting rid of rows and columns. Adding stuff is great, but sometimes you need to clean house. Maybe you added too many columns while experimenting, or there's data you just don't need anymore. Deleting works almost identically to inserting. Select the column or columns you want to remove. Right-click and choose Delete from the menu. Gone. You can also use the ribbon by going to Home, finding the Delete drop-down in the Cells group, and selecting Delete Sheet Columns. Same result. For rows, the process is identical. Select them, right-click, and hit Delete. Or use the ribbon's Delete Sheet Rows option. But once again, the keyboard shortcut wins for speed. Select whatever rows or columns you want to delete, then press Ctrl and the minus key. Everything you selected vanishes instantly. This is especially handy when you're cleaning up a messy spreadsheet and need to remove a bunch of stuff quickly. The blank row problem and how to solve it. Here's a situation that drives people crazy. You have a big data set, maybe hundreds or thousands of rows, and there are random blank rows scattered throughout. Maybe they got there from importing data, or someone made a mistake while entering information. Either way, you need those blank rows gone. Now, you could scroll through your entire spreadsheet, find each blank row one by one, and delete them individually. But if you have 5,000 rows of data, that's going to take forever and probably make you want to throw your computer out the window. There's a much smarter way. First, select your entire table of data. Click and drag from the top left corner to the bottom right corner of your dataset. Now go to the Home tab and look for Find and Select in the Editing group on the right side. Click it, and from the drop-down, choose Go to Special. A dialog box pops up with a bunch of options. Look for the one that says Blanks and select it. When you click OK, something magical happens. Excel highlights every single blank cell in your selected range, all of them, at once, no matter how many there are or where they're hiding. Now here's the satisfying part. With all those blanks still selected, go to the Delete drop-down and choose Delete Sheet Rows. Every single blank row disappears in one click. What could have taken you an hour now takes about 10 seconds. Quick tip for keyboard fans. You can press Ctrl and G to open the Go To dialog box, then click the Special button to reach that same Go To Special window. It's a tiny bit faster than using the ribbon. Hiding rows and columns without deleting them. Sometimes you don't want to delete data, but you also don't want to look at it. Maybe there's a column with calculations that clutter up your view, or sensitive information you don't want visible when showing your screen to someone else. This is where hiding comes in. Select the column you want to hide by clicking on its letter. Right-click and choose Hide from the menu. Your column disappears from view, but it's not actually gone. Your data is still there, safe and sound. You can tell a column is hidden because the column letters will skip. If you hide column C, you'll see column B jump straight to column D. Rows work the same way. Select the row number, right-click, and hit Hide. You can also hide multiple rows or columns at once by selecting several before you right-click. The ribbon gives you these options too. Go to Home, find the Format drop-down in the Cells group, and you'll see Hide and Unhide options for rows, columns, and even entire sheets. Bringing hidden rows and columns back. Hiding is only useful if you can unhide when needed. To reveal a hidden column, you need to select the columns on either side of it. So if column C is hidden, click and drag to select columns B and D together. Right-click on your selection and choose Unhide. Your hidden column reappears right where it belongs. Same logic applies to rows. Select the rows above and below the hidden one. Right-click and hit Unhide. But what if you have hidden columns and rows scattered all over your worksheet and you want to reveal everything at once? Here's a quick trick. Press Ctrl and A while your cursor is somewhere in your spreadsheet. This selects the entire worksheet. Alternatively, look at the very top left corner of your spreadsheet where the row numbers meet the column letters. There's a small rectangle there. Click it to select everything. With your whole worksheet selected, right-click and choose Unhide. Every hidden row and column in your entire worksheet comes back into view. It's a quick way to reset your worksheet to full visibility when you've lost track of what you've hidden.